Strategy games and stuff. There's so many little things that can go wrong in Call of Duty, obviously with the really fast kill times. I mean, just in a split second, everything can go wrong. Your entire team can go down. So yeah, when you're playing against the best players in the world in pressured situations like that, especially at tournaments, you hear thousands of people screaming in the back of your mind, you know, hundreds of thousands of people are watching you. Yeah, it's definitely really hard to stay consistent. But I mean, for Rico's, they're doing a good job. They won the past 2 tournaments and they're in the finals for the crowd championship. So you see it very streaky, but hardly ever you'll see a team for years just dominate and win every event.
Yeah, I think we've basically been the most consistent team in the past 2-3 years. So there's always a lot of pressure on us. But I think just the caliber type of players that we are, we know that we can place top 4, top 3 every event. So and we've done it. Our worst placing is 5th, and that was just recently. Obviously, another 3rd place finish here, but it's very difficult, and you have to put in the hard work, just as always. But as time goes on, everybody starts to catch up. So, like he said, it's kind of streaky. It's hard to win every event. Like some other games, you can do the best, but you know we're a very consistent team.
Yeah, like Dale said, Call of Duty is very, very streaky. A lot of emotions play into it, like the nerves, the pressure, and then the amount of time that you play really does affect it too. I know Farico plays the most out of any pro team by a lot. Like it's not even close, and it obviously shows. You know, they showed up in the clutch situations and they clutched us lose. But it is definitely hard to stay on top of Call of Duty, especially with all the minute things that you have.
Since every player really isn't salaried in Call of Duty and you can't really support yourself as just a player, there's just so many outside media that you have to really take control of to make a living off Call of Duty. So with that being said, you have teams like us who have 3 students, you have 2 college students, a high school, I'm taking time off of school. We don't always have the time to play as much as we possibly can. We've definitely been focusing on playing more and getting better as a team, but when you have a squad like Farico, who doesn't really have many obligations on a day-to-day basis, they get to practice a lot and it benefits them greatly. So we're hoping that the game can evolve into something where we can all support ourselves from gaming so that we can really put 100% of our time into this and take an even better stab at the next Call of Duty Championships.
Yeah, for me, it's that's always been the back of my head, the fact that we do have 3 students. This guy works all day long in creating content for his media outlets, be it YouTube or be it Twitch. But Optic's here for the long run. We've had a very steady growth since the beginning of Call of Duty. We've been around since Call of Duty 2, and we're not going to go anywhere. I only see a brighter future now that Scumpy has finished high school. We're gonna have to check with everybody to see what the next steps are going to be. But once we realize and once we check down and buckle down what we need to do as a team, we're going to come back stronger than ever. And that's something that we're say very confident.
Any other questions from these guys? No?
The esports are evolving year by year, but like pro players like you, what do you think about this growing of the sport?
Right, yeah, I mean, I think most of us have been playing for probably 4 or 5 years, and I think from 2008 to probably even the later part of 2012, right before the release of Black Ops 2, you saw really stagnated growth, and it just wasn't growing very fast. You know, just in the blink of an eye, when you see the developer support from Activision and Treyarch, we've seen exponential growth in the past just 6 months. Since they came on the scene, we went from probably pulling 35 or 40 teams at a Major League Gaming event to, what did we have this past, 205 teams, something like that, biggest Call of Duty tournament in the world. A few weeks later, we're all out here playing for $1 million tournament. I think they announced the Gfinity tournament in London, $55,000 prize pool out there, invitation only. So you're seeing exponential growth, mainly because we have all this developer support, and you hear Treyarch, you hear Activision, they're committed to it, not only right now, but for the coming years, in the foreseeable future. So we're happy about the growth. We're hoping we didn't peak in the years before. We're hoping we peaked, after, and we're still in our prime. But we'll see how it goes. We're really excited for it, and we're excited to keep playing and see how it goes.
Yeah, as he said, everything's developing well. But we used to be looked down upon. I mean, we would go to MLG events and there's StarCraft, there's League of Legends, and thousands of fans are showing up, and our bleachers, our stands are hardly filling. So it was disappointing. We're like, well, we really need help, and Trey helped us out. You know, you look at the view numbers. You know, you see League of Legends always hundreds of thousands, and you know, we were at 5 to 20. Now we're at 30 to 50, and I think even our match today hit 100,000. So Call of Duty Esports is definitely growing, and hopefully, you know, we can solidify ourselves as a top esport alongside League of Legends and StarCraft.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like the fact that it's growing. We always want to see more viewers, more interaction with people, more prize money to be won. It's definitely great. The support from Treyarch has been absolutely phenomenal. We couldn't ask for more from them, and hopefully the next Call of Duty can help us out with that as well. That would really be beneficial towards us, and I can't wait to see what the future holds.
Not even Call of Duty. If you look at other esports like Dota, League of Legends, StarCraft, there's so much growth that's going on right now that we don't know where it's going to go. So with League of Legends growing, StarCraft growing, we're going to benefit from that. Console esports used to be kind of frowned upon by the PC elitists, but the only way to prove to them that we're a respectable title and that we're going to be here for a while to solidify our spot is to show out the numbers, which we really have done this event. I mean, 100,000 followers. If I'm not mistaken, with like StarCraft and League of Legends, they have in-game clients that direct viewers to their stream. So for a console shooter to have like 60 or 70,000 viewers just from social media advertisement from the players and the fans, that really speaks volumes for Call of Duty. So, you know, we really have no idea where it's going, but I'm pretty excited to find out.
From an organizational standpoint and the business side of the gaming, I think that it's growing. Great, you know, organizations that are considered to be big that come from the PC community are now tapping into some Call of Duty. And the only reason for that is that they see that it's growing. Luckily for me, I've been here and been able to organically grow in this community, and I don't see the necessity to go into whatever other games or what other sports are out there. I'm going to support my sport, and I'm only going to focus all of my powers into focusing on this sport, because growing this sport is what's important to us. They want to continue to grow their business by tapping into every single sport out there. That's fine. I think I'm going to focus all of my strength here. I'm going to go out everywhere.